8 o'clock Eastern on Monday for the TWB Show of the Week. How's it going, everybody? Welcome one, welcome all to Traveling with Bruce. It's Bruce here from Creston, British Columbia, right up here in the Great White North. Welcome one, welcome all to the telecast. I'm just double checking that my show is live. I'm going to see if I can find my own show on my own phone. I'm here. I found my own show on my own phone. Yay! Bunch of you are already here talking to each other. This is fantastic. Welcome, guys, to the show. Nice to have you coming by here in Creston. It's only about 58, 60 degrees today. Rainy, kind of cloudy, not so good, but what can I say? It is what it is. Fall is in the air. The trees are starting to turn ever so slightly. Some yellow and other colors coming in. What can I tell you? Wes Morrison was already here. Thank you for being here. 98 here, New Braunfels, Texas. He says paid $2.06 a gallon at Costco for gas. I'll watch a rerun on Margarita Monday. Right on. Ed Tolson is here. Thank you, Ed, for being here. Okay, I paid for a full 14-day cruise out of New York City on the Bliss for Western Caribbean. Now, what are the excursions and what port should I avoid to stay in the ship? Exactly, sir. That is the question. What ports should he avoid? I think he's going to be going to Cayman Islands, Ocho Rios. Is it Costa Maya and Cozumel? Let me know what others, Ed, and everyone here will kick in some advice for you as to what to do. Hello, everybody. I thought I'd drop by and say hi to TW family from Adventures with Duncan. How you doing there, buddy? And who else have we got here? We've got Linda Lou is here. Hi, Linda Lou. How you doing? Welcome to the show and the channel as I scramble to find my own show and my own video here, my own device. Oh, my gosh. I hit the wrong button. And when you hit the wrong button on a tablet, all kinds of stuff goes wacky. One moment. Let's try this yet again. Here we go. Over to your channel, Bruce. And then it should be just there. You should be just live right now. There it is. And here we are. Welcome, Bruce. There I am. Yay, I'm on. All right, who else is here? Sylvan is here in the house. Hyman Bruce is missing in action. He should be having a private feed for sponsors, but got no notification. Unless you get one, you can't get into the chat. Not happy. What happened today was I had a snafu setting up the show, but I got the show finally set up on this software thing. And then I did a notification through my channel just before I went on, and it must have missed, and somehow Sylvan missed it. And I apologize to you, Sylvan, for that. It's unacceptable. But I'm glad you are here now, and I'm glad you have found me, and I'm glad you are here. And I notice you are showing as a sponsor member today, which is also a positive move forward. Because lately, when Sylvan joins the show, he just shows as a regular viewer. He doesn't show as a sponsor member, and he is one. But it's showing today. So thank you. Linda Lewis saying hi, Sylvan says, "I'll just keep my thoughts to myself, lest I say something deplorable." Oh my gosh. Let's see. I decided to play with Lucy, and wait, she has a calming effect on me. Right on, Sylvan. Thank you for hanging in there, buddy. I appreciate it very much. Brittany Lockwood is in the house. Hi, Brittany. How did your move go? You're in your new apartment, I think. Hope all is going well for you. She is telling me she is now in Hammond, Louisiana, where it's 90 degrees. Right on. Sylvan Forrest says, looking back, I can't believe I was ever afraid of snakes. Like any pet, they have to be socialized and shown that they're not in any danger. Lucy just climbed inside my shirt. Well, she'll fall asleep. A snake between me and my shirt, not in my want to do, not on my bucket list. You know what I'm saying? 90 degrees in Delray Beach too. Right on, Sylvan. It's nice and warm there. Brittany, lowest gas prices I've seen in a while. See, the last week or the week before was like $1.84 a gallon. That was like not even at Costco, but at a racetrack. That is cheap. Unbelievable. Kittens are way more dangerous than pythons. Gail is horribly allergic to cat danger. What is that? Snakes are not allergenic at all. Snakes are not allergenic at all. And they're so clean too. You have to get used to frozen mice in your freezer. just another thing on my bucket list. Just isn't there. Frozen mice in my freezer. Just not there. But you know, they're all good. They're clean and they're totally separate from the rest of the food in the freezer. It takes getting used to. I'm going to move on. I'm moving on from these chats. between people and the snakes and everything else. Master's Game is here. Good evening, everybody. Ed Tolson, hello, everybody. Hello, guys. Welcome to the show, the channel, everybody. Peter Heckema, hi, everybody. Don't forget to become a sponsor of TWB. Thank you, Peter, for that. Any of you want to become a sponsor member of this channel, all you got to do is go to this link right here. It's a tiny little link. It's only like, what, 5,000 characters long. But if you can copy that and pop on over there, apparently that's one way to get in there. Other ways to become a sponsor member is just hit the join button when you see it pop up on any video that I produced, if you have the right device. And that's the problem. Some of the phones and tablets are not quite yet set up for it because YouTube hasn't figured it all out. But it's coming, and more sponsors are joining every week, and thank you, everyone, for that. Who else is here? Oh, Rohan Sadhu is here. Hi, Bruce. Great job. Thank you, Rohan. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming by today. Who else is here? Josh Lemon is here. Hi. Sorry, Noah Lemon. Hi there. How you doing? I'm so excited. Yay, it's live. You're here, buddy. Welcome. Pat the Duck is here. Welcome, Pat the Duck. Peter S is here. Peter, welcome. If you want to see what the Castaway Cay looks like, go to Disney's Cruisers. Right on. Master's Game is here. Hi, Bruce. Hi, Master's Game. Manuel Cake Daddy Pruitt. Hi, Bruce from Glen Heights, Texas. Hope you're having a great day. When is your next cruise? I don't know yet, Emmanuel. I've been looking at, I was looking at deals just yesterday. I was looking at cruise prices for November, December, January, February, March. There's 5 months. I'm looking at what's available. Found some really good deals, some really cheap prices. Talking to Jennifer about it. We're scheming our holiday calendar. As soon as I know, I will let you guys know. Paul is here. Hi from down under in Auckland. Start of spring, it's 17 Celsius. Welcome from Auckland, New Zealand, Paul. Nice to have you here. Carla Miller's here. Hi, Bruce. I finally made another live show. Carla, welcome. Yes, you are here. Thank you for being here today. I'm glad you could make it today, too. Who else is here? Ruth Bogart is here. Is that right? Ruth Bogart. Fort Worth, Texas. Margarita time for me, too. Right on. Mike Smith is here from Dover, Florida. Currently 86, $2.35 a gallon for gas. Gary Brucksport is here. Hi, Bruce, doing a Panama Canal in 31 days, LA to Miami. That's going to be a great cruise. That is going to be an awesome cruise. You got to love that. Rob Slevin is here. Rob, welcome, buddy. He is saying hi to you and me. And thank you, Rob, for posting photos today on the Traveling with Bruce group page on Facebook, spelled with 2 L's, Traveling with Bruce. He posted photos of 3 TWB T-shirts that arrived in the mail today. Fantastic. Any of you out there would like to join those of us who are here right now, yapping away on this show, if you want to be part of this group, join the Traveling with Bruce group page on Facebook, spelled with 2 L's. I'm the administrator. Just ask to join the page. I'll let you in. I'm the administrator. Love to have you. I think we added 25 or 30 members just last week alone. So come on by and join the Facebook group page too. A lot of us post photos, videos. It's great. Darlene is here from Dover, Ohio. Hi, Darlene Crone. Nice to have you. Joey Maynard is here from, where are you, Joey? Where are you watching us from? Tell me where you're watching from, guys. Would be great. Somebody called Your Cracked is here. Welcome, I guess. 93 in Fort Worth, says Ruth Bogart in Fort Worth, Texas. Right on. Master's Game gas, $2.43 a gallon in Long Island. Trinidad, oh man, Rohan Sadhu, Trinidad is where Rohan is from. Welcome. Bill Carroll, Bruce, gas, $2.65 in Maumee, Ohio. Right on. Welcome to the show. Ed Tolson saying, I'm going to be in Sturt Key, a great Sturt Key. I'm going to be in Ocho Rios. I'm going to be in Georgetown, Cayman Islands. I'm going to be in Roatan, Harvest Key, Costa Maya, Cozumel. What should he do there at all those places, and what should he not do? There you go. Where shouldn't he go? Where should he go? I can tell you that Great Stirrup Key, it's a private island resort. You're going to love it. Find a lounger and enjoy yourself. Georgetown, Cayman Islands, you can do anything on the Caymans without fear. No beggars there. They're richer than you are. Cayman Islands folks are doing quite well. Thank you very much. Let's see. Harvest Key, I think, is also a private getaway place. Costa Maya and Cozumel. What should he do in those spots? Anybody want to say? Let's see. Steve Stairs here. Hey there, Steve. How are you? Michael Ross, Arkansas here. Welcome, Michael Ross from Arkansas. Linda Lou, I'm back. I had a phone call. Welcome, Linda Lou. I'm glad you're here from Reno. Let's see. Paul Wilgus is here. Hello, Linda Lou. Hi there, Paul Wilgus. Welcome, buddy, to the show. Norman Townsend is in the house saying, Bruce, Norm Townsend, could you tell me the update on the Oasis of the Seas going to dry dock? Can you tell me what dry docks? Not that I was going to go to it. Well, it's in Cadiz, Spain. The Oasis of the Seas is going into dry dock in Cadiz, Spain. That's the same dry dock the ship ended up going to after the accident at Freeport when the crane crashed over the back of the ship and caused $50 million of damage. So the ship is going back to Cadiz. It's in Europe now. It's just finishing up its European runs. It's been there all summer for the Mediterranean, and it will now it will shortly go in for dry dock, and then $165 million later, it will head back to Florida, and it's either going out of Fort Lauderdale or Miami for winter cruises, if I'm not mistaken. Sylvia Swan is here. Sylvia is here. Welcome. Just listening. Came in from work. Tired, making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Welcome, Sylvia, to the show. Michigan, Steve Sayre saying, Bruce, I'm in Michigan. Right on, Steve. Welcome from beautiful Michigan, USA. I have some wonderful viewers from Michigan who watch me all the time. Who's here? Kirk Brunson from New York is in the house. Welcome, Kirk. Jack Koffler here, watching from Illinois. Fantastic. Another Illinoisan. Fantastic. Nurse Nancy, hi there, TWB family. Happy Monday from Nurse Nancy. Welcome, Nurse Nancy, as always. Paul Wilkus, hello, Nurse Nancy. Who else is here? Let me just quickly catch up. I'm just about caught up with you guys. M. Wilkins, new to your channel from North Carolina. Love your channel. Thank you, M. Wilkins, for saying that and being with me. I hope you're a new subscriber. Love to have you join us as a sponsor member if you'd like. That would be great too. All sponsor members get an exclusive show once a week. Monday at 7 o'clock, an hour before this show, we go live with sponsor members for an hour as a general hangout. How you doing? And then I go live at 8 o'clock with everybody. And you get to use emojis and all kinds of neat stuff to say hi to me and each other. Welcome one, welcome all. By the way, we now have 23 subscriber members in only 2.5 weeks. Unbelievable. It's fantastic. So humbled by that. Thank you, everybody. Ruth Cozumel, Poncho's Backyard. Awesome food and margaritas. There's a good suggestion. I've heard that one before. Gillette International ICT. Hi from LA. Is it a good time to go to Alaska? Well, it's getting towards the end of the season, but you'll see some nice fall colors in certain parts of that trip. But I can tell you, in a month from now, it's all over. Alaska is ending quickly. So if you want to go quick. Otherwise, wait till next year. Who else is here? Jeff Prose. Hi there, Jeff Prose. Hi, Bruce, from Jeff and Michelle from Springfield, Missouri. Is that Mo? Welcome to the show. Let's see here. Mary Ellen Bradbury is in the house. Hi, all from Portland, Oregon. Hi there, Mary Ellen. Nice to have you here today from beautiful Portland. Nurse Nancy, can't wait to show you Oasis of the Seas after dry dock when we sail her in January. Right on, Nurse Nancy. That will be great stuff. Grand Cayman, Ruth is saying, you go to Grand Cayman? Go to Stingray City. Have a great time at Stingray City. They'll give you snorkel gear. You'll look underwater. You'll do that area. Go to another area nearby. You'll feel like you're on the top of an aquarium looking down at thousands of fish, all kinds of colors. The coral, it's gorgeous. Completely safe. You'll love it. No sharks. Don't worry. No sharks. Very nice. I've done it. I've enjoyed it. Let's see. Who else is in the house here? Sylvan is saying Great Stirrup Cay is just average. I would avoid Oco Rios and definitely visit Harvest Key, but bring cash or a credit card with you when you leave the ship. There you go. Peter Heckema, Ed, when you get to Costa Maya, book a tour of the Mayan ruins. Very interesting. Thank you, sirs, for that. This is good advice here for this gentleman. Very good advice. Cindy Whitehair is here saying hi all. Hi there, Cindy. Megan Frost is here saying hi to me. Hi, Megan. Let's see. Should I go on an Alaska cruise in June? Jack wants to know. That's a great time to go. Long days, warm weather. If you can go just before the kids get out, they're even better. Try not to go when the kids are out of school if it's at all possible. It's a little easier, but it is what it is. If you got kids, it's what you got to do. Let's see here. Megan, hi, Nurse Nancy. Who else have I got? as I catch up with you guys so I can give you some news of the day. Robolex, Rain, Fleming, and more. I have been keeping up the hurricane videos. Yes, I've been doing a lot of those, haven't I? What a week it's been, 2 weeks practically. I've been just doing nothing but Hurricane Dorian videos. Unbelievable. What's the best cruise line? Jason Sadu wants to know what's the best cruise line. Well, it all depends. How old are you? Are you traveling alone? You're traveling with somebody else? Traveling with a family? How much money you got? How much time you got? Where do you want to go? What is it you want to do? Are you an active person? Are you a chillaxing kind of holidayer? Are you young? Are you medium age? Are you old? All those will tell you what cruise line is the best. So it's not that simple. For some people, the best cruise line is Carnival. For some people, the best cruise line is Viking. Some it's Royal Caribbean. Others it's Norwegian. It runs the gamut. And then once you've got the right cruise line, which ship should you book yourself on? There are all kinds of ships inside these fleets. There's a lot of questions. So, Jason, we need to know a lot of information about you before we can give you that answer. I'll tell you that right now. Who else is here? I think I've caught up with everybody. Thank you for joining me today. Like I said, if any of you would like to become a sponsor member of this channel, and who wouldn't, please go to this link right here and become a sponsor member. Today, I did a video about 2 hours ago talking about Freeport and Grand Bahama Island. I was talking about the damage suffered on that island, and I wanted to try to get past the headlines. I didn't want to just talk to you guys about what everyone else is talking to you about. If you watch CNN, or if you watch MSNBC, or you watch Fox or Miami television, you're likely going to get a story out of Grand Bahama that runs the gamut, runs along the lines of, yeah, you know, it was really bad. Here's the destruction of these homes. And then here are these people that are, you know, homeless now. And here are, you know, some people trying to help out. People trying to help out other people. Like, for example, the cruise lines. I did a video the other day about how cruise lines stepped right up and right in to help right away with donations of cash and with food and supplies and all that stuff. That's what typically you'll get if you watch a news story about, you know, Grand Bahama. And why not? That's standard fare. Nothing wrong with that. I thought I would go a little further than that. I thought what I would do is I would dig a little deeper, and I kind of took the attitude of the angle of, why don't I talk about the cruise line angle, and then mix it in with the whole island angle. And that's how I went along it. So what I did with that video is I showed a photo, several, of the port in Freeport, aerial photos of the port, and you can see the entryway where cruise ships go when they visit, where the container ships go when they drop off or pick up containers, where ships go for refurbishing, because there's the shipyard there. It's a very complicated facility with lots of moving parts, lots happening. And I was showing photos of what it looked like before the hurricane to kind of give you folks an idea of the complexity of what was going on here. And I was mentioning the fact that the cruise port is about 90% owned, I would say, between Carnival and Royal Caribbean, 45% each, something like that. And I think the Bahamian government owns the other 10%, something like that. There are thousands of workers that work at the shipyard, depending on what ship is in for refurbishing and how long. It's not uncommon for a cruise line to bring in 2 or 3 ships for, say, 2 weeks or 3 weeks, quick turnarounds. At $3 million a day for a 14, 15-day turnaround, it's a quick $45 million expense for a cruise line to bring a ship in. When you bring a ship in for 15 days, you're not changing out motors and engines and full-blown air conditioning system. You are doing hull restoration, painting, some azopod work, perhaps rudder work, technical work in the bridge, radar system improvements, all that sort of stuff. But in the rooms, what you and I see as cruisers, new TV sets, new mattresses for every bed, all new linens, new carpeting perhaps for a bunch of the rooms, carpeting in most of the hallways. Public areas are being spruced up. Chairs are being replaced in the dining rooms, in the buffet, in the restaurants. New dishes. The kitchens are getting new dishwashers and fridges, and stoves are being replaced. Upgrades are being made. $45 million. When a ship goes in for, say, 60 days, we're now talking 150 million, 200 million. We're talking big money now. This is a major redo. That's where you're talking about flying in hundreds of additional workers that might work at the shipyard for those 30, 40, 50 days that are specialists. And there are hundreds of containers coming from container ships filled with stuff for that ship for the 60-day redo. There's no question for the 40-day refurbishment, there are a bunch of containers used for that ship. Because remember, you got to take the old TVs out and the old mattresses out and all the furniture out that you're getting rid of. That comes off the ship when the new stuff comes on the ship. So the container starts its life filled with new stuff. The new stuff gets taken out of the container once the container is dropped on the deck of the ship, and then that container is filled up with old stuff to be taken off the ship and to be dealt with on shore. Old televisions might be sold off as used TVs. Old furniture might be refurbished and sold as used, donated. There's a whole afterlife after stuff comes off of cruise ships. Old carpeting might go to the dump, but it has to still go into the container to come off the ship in the first place safely without falling out and hurting anybody. So like I said, the container port will have hundreds of containers of new stuff and old stuff from the shipyard as it turns this stuff over and over and over. So I showed photos today of what the port looked like before the hurricane to give you an idea of how busy this place is. Then I also showed photos of the oil tanks. Hasn't been talked about much on the media. The oil tanks where the gasoline comes from. The Bahamas doesn't drill for its own oil and gas. It's all imported as refined fuel. Fuel for marine, fuel for the jets and the airplanes at the airports on Grand Bahama Island, fuel for the cars and the buses, diesel, unleaded, propane, everything, and then motor oil, just motor oil. The photos I then started to show off after I showed everybody what the port looked like and the area looked like before the hurricane. Now I'm showing you what it looks like now. And you'll notice that there's a photo there of the oil tanks that have been badly damaged and have leaked a lot of oil. And there are berms set up around the big oil drum tanks to collect some of it, but not all of it. And when you have a 25-foot high wall of water coming over the island by the hurricane, the so-called storm surge, 3-story high wall of water, that's higher than the berms for these oil tanks. These oil tanks were flooded with seawater and were damaged by debris floating in the water and being blown by the winds for 2 solid days because Hurricane Dorian crossed the island at between 1 and 2 miles per hour for 2 days, ripped apart everything. And this is the big problem for the cruise lines. Carnival and Royal Caribbean have got dozens of ships scheduled to go into the shipping yard to get refurbished over the next 2 to 3 years. That shipyard is out of commission for the foreseeable future. Why? Because all the equipment at the shipyard was covered in salt water. This isn't fresh water, storm surge water. This is seawater. Every piece of equipment was drowned in seawater with all kinds of algae floating in it, all kinds of moldy product. I mean, it's impure water. And to top it off, the oil tanks were leaking, and that oily water was circulated around for 2 days and longer throughout the entire island. This is an environmental disaster we're talking about. It's not a quick and simple little, let's just rebuild everything, it'll be fine. It's a big, bad story. The the shipyard is destroyed. The container port was destroyed. The harbor where the ships dock for tourists was badly damaged. There will be no cruise ships coming in to drop off tourists for a 6-hour stay in Freeport for the next year at least. What is it you're going to go see? You take a walk 300 yards off the pier and walk down the streets. You have no idea what you're going to run into. You don't want to be there. The smells alone will drive you away. On top of everything else, all the employees of the shipyard, the harbor, the container port, all the suppliers that lended support to the shipyard, all their businesses were destroyed. All the homes of the employees were destroyed. Employees died on that island. There are ship workers that are missing. Children of ship workers that have died or are missing. Mothers and fathers are missing. This is a catastrophe unlike any because of the slow speed of this hurricane. Category 5 hurricane, remember, Category 5 for 2 solid days. Didn't stop and kept on going and ripped up everything. So I'm trying to say it's really nice that Royal Caribbean and Carnival and Norwegian and Disney, they're making sandwiches and giving meals and helping people get medicine and all this, immediate needs. This won't solve the big problem. The big problem is the government of the Bahamas needs tens of billions of dollars, maybe hundreds of billions of dollars to rebuild their airports, their port facilities, their refining facilities, their electric system, their water system, including sewage. They need to buy new garbage trucks. Think about that. All the garbage trucks are ruined. They're going to need new dump trucks. They're going to need new bulldozers. They're going to need new paving systems. They're going to need new cement mixers. They're going to need everything because nothing was spared. Nothing. And to rebuild this island of, 70,000 people? Years. I don't know if the Bahamian government has enough money or can get their hands on enough money to rebuild quickly. It might take 10 or 20 years for the entire island to resemble part of itself. I really don't know. I don't know what the future is for the shipyard. I don't know how bad off it's going to be. I know that the largest dry dock in the shipyard was damaged by the Oasis of the Seas 6 months ago, was not repaired when the hurricane hit. It still wasn't repaired. It was gone. Now the rest of the dry docks are gone. The cranes are all shot. This is multi-millions that Royal Caribbean and the Carnival will have to spend. Do they have insurance for it? I don't know. They may not be able to afford the insurance on it. And even if they did have insurance, it might only be for the value of the equipment on the day the hurricane hit, which might be 20-year-old equipment, 10-year-old equipment. It's worth 10 cents on the dollar. Carnival and Royal Caribbean will have to come up with 90 cents on the dollar to rebuild the shipyard, but the container port has to be rebuilt or you can't use the shipyard. The oil tankers have to be rebuilt or you can't use the shipyard. You need fuel for everything. The workers have to be brought back. Their lives have to be rebuilt. We're talking billions and we're talking years, and it is going to be a mess. And so for our friends in the cruise business, our cruise line friends, they are really up against it. They're going to have to probably and likely are already, as I am speaking to you now, are rescheduling dry docks for dozens of cruise ships for the next 5 years elsewhere, and likely Europe or Asia, because you can't bring them into the USA. It's true, there are dry docks available in the United States that cruise lines could use but will not. Why? The cost is at least double anywhere else. Because in America, if you bring in a cruise ship for a dry dock in the USA, you are dealing with the AFL-CIO, longshoremen's unions, you name them, all the mariner unions. It's all unionized. The cost for the workers is unthinkable for the cruise lines. The cost for goods is also quite high because you're dealing with duties and exchange rate. And you've got another issue, and I hate to say it this way, but I will. When a cruise line takes out old carpeting, just one example, just one, takes out old carpeting down the hallway of 500 feet long and 10 decks of carpeting on both sides of the ship, because you got suites on this side, you got suites on this side, you have all these floors. That carpeting has to go somewhere. In the United States, the old carpeting has to be dealt with from an environmental point of view. The rules are very strict with respect to where you can put it and how you can deal with it. In other words, you might have to recycle it at great expense. When you're in a third world country, where you're in a place where you can just put it in a landfill, we're talking pennies versus dollars of expenses. Might not sound right, might sound wrong to you, but it's a fact of life. Why do most ships, container ships, old ferry ships, and old cruise ships, why is it that these vessels end up in India or Pakistan to be disassembled by hand there? Simple. It's a third world country with lax rules for safety. The average life expectancy of a worker in those ports is decades shorter than the rest of us. It's a fact, and it happens. Every country knows it. Every country's ships ends up there practically. Not every single ship, but a high majority of ships end up in these third world places for disposal, because you don't have the environmental rules of a Western world country like the US or Canada or elsewhere. I'm just saying, it's the way it is. So going forward, I don't know what's going to happen in the Bahamas for Grand Bahama. I don't know if it's going to be repaired or not. I don't know if it's going to be brought back. If it is, how long, how many dollars, how many workers are left, how many workers will be left? I don't know. It's a mess. It's a real mess. So anyway, this video is only 6 minutes long. I tried to cover as much as I could in a short period of time. Give it a look. Let me know your thoughts on it. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and make a comment on it. That would be terrific. Anyway, that was my story of the day today. It was, in effect, telling you a little bit more about this video and this whole mess. It is really something. And like I say, the world is not a perfect place. It might be perfect where you live. It might not be perfect where you live. The kind of problems that most of us have are what we call first world problems. And I can say that, I can truly say that people in Nova Scotia, people in the Carolinas, some people in Florida ran into Hurricane Dorian, or Dorian ran into them and caused problems. But nothing like what happened in Grand Bahama over the practically 48 to 72 hours that Dorian ripped that place apart and shredded it. Some of the photos you've seen are undescribable. Some of the videos we've seen are unbelievable, but all the little things are screwed up too, right down to where do I find hammers and nails? There are no hardware stores open on Grand Bahama. They're all washed out. There's no grocery stores. They were washed out. All of this has to be completely rebuilt. Just think about your neighborhood, your 5-mile radius of your house. Think of everything within 5 miles of where you live, gone in one day, gone, and will not be open the day after that. Might be back in a year or 2 or 3. Now think about your life going forward. Unthinkable what's happened to the folks in the Bahamas. I really feel for them, and it's really a crying shame. There you go. That's just me giving you my little rant of the day about that. And like I said, I did that video, and that's all I can say. Any comments, any thoughts, please let me know. I want to get ready for trivia here shortly too, and I want to welcome you all to the channel and the show. I'm glad you're here to join me. People are talking amongst themselves while I'm talking, which is great. That's what it's all about. And Tom Henry is saying, Bruce, chiming with Bruce, I'm tired of just looking at all the debris that needs cleared. We need some younger workers, laughing out loud. I hear you there. The Bahamas needs help big time. And let's see here. Who else is making comments? Let me just double check. I'm just going through the comments here. I see a lot of familiar names. Danks33 is here. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the show. And who else have we got here? Mermaid C is saying hi to me. Welcome, Mermaid C. Welcome to the channel and the show. We're getting ready for trivia now. Hope you're enjoying the show that I'm putting on for you today. Hope you're finding it informative and interesting. I appreciate that. Sylvan Forrest is saying, I retired at age 50 before my work did me in. That was 15 years ago, and I was never once sorry I retired. Enjoy your retirement in good health. Absolutely. Way to go. Where do you go to buy stuff that comes off of old cruise ships? It's not coming to the USA. It's rare. It almost never happens that items get taken off cruise ships and dropped in the US. Not a chance. What was it? A year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I did a story for a week about the Norwegian Sun. Tom Henry will correct me if I'm wrong. That was the construction cruise from hell, from Miami all the way to Los Angeles through the Panama Canal. The folks got on the ship in Miami, didn't know they were on a construction cruise. The ship was destined to go to dry dock in Victoria, British Columbia. But on the way through the Bahamas and the Panama Canal, the ship company, the Carnival, Norwegian, I keep saying Carnival, Norwegian, from Norwegian Sun, hired contract construction workers on board to strip the top decks while they were cruising in the Caribbean. Passengers who were restricted from going towards the front half of the ship were restricted to the back half of the ship on the top decks. And they were noticing that when they were holding their drinks, all this dust would fall on the top of their drink. Construction dust that was being sanded off the decks at the front of the ship. And the air would rise, this dust would come up. The ship was going forward, so this debris would come back to the back half of the ship, land on their food, in their hair, in their eyeballs, on their drinks. People were getting coughs, nasty coughs. In the evenings, they noticed that the air quality in their cabins was substandard. They started getting this raspy cough, sore throat, eyes were turning red. They were having all kinds of problems. Were complaining to cruise, the help desk. People were coming in with cans of, oh gosh, what were they bringing in? They were bringing cans of Febreze. They were bringing in Febreze to spray the grating that would allow the air in. Made no damn difference. It just odored the construction dust. It was pathetic. I can tell you right now, that ship went through the Panama Canal, came out the other side. By the time they reached the other side, just before the U.S. area, before the U.S. waters, they had stripped down the decks. They had recovered the decks in a new film, new coating. Toxic paints were used, all kinds of materials. Workers were using gas masks while passengers were trying to get suntans in the same area. It was disgusting. The ship stopped in Mexico, just short of the U.S. border, and they dumped off tons and tons of old construction materials, toxic chemicals, leftover paints, everything else. They dumped it in Mexico because they knew they would not dare bring it into the port of Los Angeles. Not a chance would they bring it into California. They dumped it all in Mexico. It probably ended up in a landfill somewhere, which is just pathetic as all get up. The passengers were left wheezing and hacking, and then they entered the port of LA. Nothing to see here. Everything is just fine. And that was the Norwegian Sun 2 years ago. Tom Henry found this channel because I did a series of reports on that story, the construction cruise from hell. This is what happens in the real world. I hate to tell you this, folks. Cruise lines do it. Other businesses do it. It happens all the time. In our hometown here in Creston and Calgary, you can't even throw out empties. You can't throw out empties. You have to put cardboard in cardboard containers. You have to put rotting food in other containers. You have to put paper in other containers. But in the third world, all bets are off, and business goes where business can be done at the cheapest price. And is it any wonder your iPhone is not assembled in America? It'll never be assembled in America. Not a chance. Unbelievable. Anyway, there you go. Just me ranting and raving as an old guy, telling you what I know, what I see, what I hear. What are your thoughts? Joseph, hey, I've been watching your videos for a while now, and always looking forward to your videos. Doing a great job, and you look like you really enjoy it. Thank you very much. I try to enjoy it. Sometimes the topics don't make me happy, but I try to tell you the way it is. I don't sugarcoat it. I am not paid by PR companies to be a nice guy. I'm doing a YouTube channel about what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about cruise ships, passionate about traveling, love my viewers, but I'm going to tell you what I know, and I'm going to tell you what I see, and this is what I see, and this is what I know, and sometimes it's not pretty. What can I say? All right, who else? Before I go into trivia, I want to do trivia. Anybody else here? Tom Henry says, my younger sister with stage 4 cancer has me booking all these cruises. Enjoy life before something happens, she says. Now my other sister, younger than the first, is due for her full hysterectomy this week. Tom, go cruising, buddy. Get out there, enjoy it. You've got to do it. You've got to hold up your end of the bargain. You never know what Mother Nature has in store for us at any time. We never, ever know. Hello, all from Virginia, says Susan R. 83 today. So sad about the Bahamas. Just makes you sick. Glenn Edinburgh from Brisbane, Australia, is in this house. Glenn Edinburgh, how you doing, buddy? Hi, Bruce and everybody from the TWB team. Thank you for being here from beautiful Brisbane. Love that you're here. Let's see. Joseph is saying, I've been on 17 cruises. What's he saying? I've been on 17 cruises. I'm only 13. Cruising is amazing, and I always keep it in my life. Right on, buddy. Keep her doing it. Sylvan, my health has deteriorated in recent years, but I can still travel. And with the help of my trusted scooter, life can slow me down, but it can't stop me. Not yet. Right on, Sylvan. That's right, buddy. Welcome for that, and thank you for being part of this great channel. I love you. Glenn Nervo, do we do, what is it? Do we now... What's that? Do we know what ships will be impacted by being not able to use dry dock? We don't know. I don't know exactly, Glenn. Eventually, I'll know the names, but these ships will quietly be moved elsewhere. They'll just get their refurbishments in wherever they can. But I can tell you the pressure that the cruise lines have to get these ships refurbished is great, because the ships are going nonstop, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Every 5 years, they want to get them into dry dock. They need to keep them updated. They cannot afford breakdowns. And how many videos have I made in the last year and a half about cruise ship breakdowns? Too many. And the question now will be, will certain ships that were supposed to go into dry dock in Freeport be delayed by a year to go into dry dock because of this mess? One, that means the ship is going to be 6 years old and not 5 between dry docks. That's one. Two, the cruise lines weren't expecting a cruise ship to not be to be in a dry dock, not be at sea. Now they've got 4 weeks to sell cruises. They've only got maybe 3 months notice, 6 months notice, 9 months notice. I don't know. There are a lot of ships that are targeted. It takes 2 years to slot a ship in, at least, if not longer, into dry dock. And if you now upset the apple cart, oh my God, where do we take these 50 containers of stuff or 100 containers of stuff? Where's the ship going to be? Are we going to take it to Cadiz? We have to move the containers from where they are to Cadiz rather than send them to Freeport. Logistical nightmare all around. And then the specialty workers that are dealing with this material, they have to be sent to Cadiz to meet the ship in 3 months or 6 months or 9 months. You got to fly them there. You got to accommodate them. You got to feed them. It's a contract. It's expensive. This is going to cost us money as cruisers. It doesn't make it cheaper to go cruising. It makes it more expensive to go cruising. It doesn't help. Gosh, what can I say? Let me just go through here. Daniel McRae, thanks to all the cruise lines for helping out. Right on, Daniel. Thank you for being here today. Who else have I got here saying hi to us? Nathan's Boat Reviews is here. Hello from Cape May, Louise Ferry. Welcome, buddy, to the show. Joseph, I cannot imagine what it's like to be in that position right now in the Bahamas. I am so glad I'm not there. Let me tell you. Who else? Bob Fan is here saying hi, Bruce. Hi, Bob. Who's that? Robolox. I have a question. Where do you get those model ships behind you? These here. You have to know somebody. And boy, do I know somebody. To get your hands on these babies right here, you see all these? To get your hands on those, you have to have a special relationship with a special individual. And in my case, this happens to be Tom Henry. Thomas Henry has been so kind to me, so good to me, such a great fan of this show. Thomas Henry has sent me these beautiful models of these ships from the Norwegian cruise line, his favorite cruise line. Aren't they great? You can see the pools up here, and this is the Bliss. Look at, you see the racetrack at the back? Isn't that neat? I don't know if I can make that focus right. It's focusing on me, not on the ship. This is a Christmas decoration, by the way. Isn't that great? Thomas Henry has been kind enough to send me these from time to time. He spoils me rotten. But if you ever go on a Norwegian cruise, go to the gift shop on board the ship. You can get them there. That's what you can do. Thank you so much, Thomas Henry, for all your support. Same to you, Peter Heckema, and everyone else who's here. Thank you, all of you, Debbie Emanuel, Linda Lou, Paul Wilgus. Thank you so much. Okay, who else is here? One Angry Banana is here. Great points, Bruce. Thank you, One Angry Banana. Marielle Levesque is here. Go Cruising People. Bob Fan, we appreciate the truth. Thank you, everybody, for these kind words and encouragement to keep me going. Thank you, everybody. Rob Slevin, thank you, Bruce, for giving us your thoughts and information. Sylvia is talking to Tom about getting together at the Empire State Building or whatever. Fantastic. I've caught all of you guys. This is fantastic. Cheers to one and all of you. Thank you for joining me. Bruce here with Traveling with Bruce. Are you ready for some trivia? Let's do some trivia. Once again, thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody, for seeing me today. Thank you for those of you who become members of my sponsor members of my channel. Thank you for that. If you'd like to become a sponsor member, hit this link, just copy it and head over there, or look for the join button on any of my videos. Hope you can find them. Please join my Facebook group page called Traveling with Bruce. I'll let you in. I'm the administrator. A lot of us hang out there between these live shows. Brittany Lockwood is saying the lowest price I've ever seen in a while. Fantastic. I caught that earlier. Thank you, Brittany. Sorry, I'm way behind on this device here. I've got to catch right up here. Cat Rose, Bruce, there was also damage up in Nova Scotia. It wasn't there, though. Unbelievable. Troy H., great show and great channel. Keep up the great work. Tom Henry, Gem was a disappointment. No ship ornaments or ship magnets. I did get a ceramic model and have the captain sign it right on. Well done, Tom Henry. Let me set up my big-ass iPad for my trivia questions of the day, and we'll get right into it. This should be fun, as always. Here's how it works. If you've never been here for trivia before, here's what I do. I ask you guys a trivia question. It has many answers. Some of these have 10 possible answers. Some have 50 possible answers. All you got to do is send me one answer at a time when you send me an answer for this question. Don't send me 5 answers in one text. Send me only one at a time. I'll only read the first answer. And if you need help, I'll give you hints and help you out with those. Hopefully you'll be able to get them. Usually you guys are so fast and so sharp, you get them all. I have to get tougher on my questions sometimes. But anyway, let me set up my big ass iPad here. Here we go. I got the first question all ready to go. Here it is right here. Can you name the all-time most passing yards by NFL quarterbacks? Can you tell me the 40 quarterbacks, the top 40 quarterbacks that have passed the ball for the most yards in the regular season? Fire away with your answers. Let's see how you do. Looking for the top quarterback, the top 40 NFL quarterbacks who've thrown the ball the furthest. Glenn Edinburgh just found on Cruise Mapper website, the dry docks and ships will be refurbished in, let's see, Tom Henry, Sylvia, New York Passion Faster, never mind. Tom Brady. Brittany Lockwood is thinking Tom Brady. Yes, Tom Brady, 70,514 yards. A number 4 on the list. He's still active right now, and he added to the total last night. Did he not? Bob Fan is saying Peyton Manning, number 2 all time, 71,940. Danks had Peyton Manning, Tom Brady for Masters game. Paul Wilgus, Brett Favre, number 3 all time, 71,838. Sylvia is thinking Joe Namath. You know, I thought Joe Namath would be in there, but he's not. Joe Namath is not in the top 40 all time. JC had Brett Favre. BC had Joe Montana. Yes, sir. Joe Montana is here. 40,551. Looks like Joe Montana is in around the 14th highest all time. Brett Favre from JC. Who else we got? Peyton Manning. We got Tom Brady. Dan Marino, BC. Dan Marino, number 5, 61,361 yards. Drew Brees, Danks 33. That's the number 1 guy. Drew Brees still playing. 74,437 yards. Number 1 quarterback of all time for yardage, and he's still playing. Joe Theismann. Linda Baca is wondering about Joe Theismann. Let me take a look for Joe Theismann. Can't find him. No, not in the top 40. Theismann played in the CFL and the NFL. If we combined it, he might be in the top 40 all time. Let's see. Troy Aikman. Former Dallas Cowboy. Troy Aikman, yes. 32,942 yards from 1989 to 2000. He is hanging in there at number 38, but he's in the top 40. John Elway, the former Bronco. Yes, John Elway. Looks like he's about number 9 all-time, 51,000 yards. Alex Smith, Mike Bush. Alex Smith is his guess. And Alex Smith, 34,000 yards, still playing, 2005 to right now, 14 years in the league, 34,000. Looks like he's about number 31, 32 all time, still moving up. Nurse Nancy, Aaron Rodgers, Bruce. Aaron Rodgers. Yes, Aaron Rodgers, 42,944 yards. Looks like Aaron is around 15th place, something like that, moving up. Namath, I don't watch football, so Sylvia. Brittany, Eli Manning. Eli, the brother, yes. 55,981 yards. 7th, 8th overall, still climbing up. Bradshaw, Terry Bradshaw with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't think so. Nope, Terry did not hit the top 40. He had a good running game with Franco Harris and a few other guys too. Michael Strahan. I don't think Michael Strahan was a quarterback. I think Michael Strahan was a receiver. I don't think Michael threw the ball. He caught the ball. Mermaid, I thought the trivia question was about cruises. No, it's about anything. You have no idea what I'm going to do. You have no idea. Drew Brees broke a record last year. He did. Dan Marino, we have Tim Tebow. No. Joe Theismann, no. Bart Starr. Bart Starr from the Green Bay Packers. No, Bart Starr is not in the top 40 all time. Steve Young. Oh, I think we got one. Steve Young. Steve Young. Yep, 33,124 yards. Looks like about the 35th all-time leading passer. Ben Roethlisberger for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, about 8th all-time, 7th all-time, something like that. 56,194. Ben is still doing it. Let's see here. Phil Simms. Phil Simms. Let's take a look for Phil Simms. Yep, 33,462, about the 33rd all-time. Cam Newton. Cam Newton, active quarterback right now, not yet in the top 40. Not yet. Fran Tarkenton, yes, 47,000 yards, top 12 all-time, roughly. Let's see here. Boomer Esiason, Daniel. Boomer Esiason, yes, 37,920 yards from 84 to 97, 13 years. Top 20, roughly. Let's see here. Roger Staubach for the Dallas Cowboys. Roger Staubach, did he hit the top 40? No. In the time he was playing, he, of course, had an incredible running back for a while. Had a couple of them. So, no. Let's see here. Let's go here. Thanks. Let's see here. Pat Holmes in 10 years. Maybe you're right. Johnny Unitas, Bill Carroll. Johnny Unitas. Johnny Unitas. Yes, 40,232 yards. Top 20 all time. Jim Plunkett. Jim Plunkett. No, I do not have Jim Plunkett. No, I got a couple other Jims though. Roethlisberger, I gave my known footballers. Okay, anybody else? Warren Moon. Yes, Warren Moon. 49,329 yards, top 15 all time from 84 to 2000. You take Warren Moon's record in the CFL, Canadian Football League, add it to the NFL, he'd be number 1 all time. He'd be over 80,000 yards all time. Warren Moon was a machine. Who else we got? Jim Kelly. Bill Carroll is thinking Jim Kelly for the Buffalo Bills. Yep, 35,467, top 25. Philip Rivers still playing right now, lighting it up. 54,656, top 10 guy, and he's still moving up the rankings. Let's go. Jim Hart. Mike Bush is wondering. Jim Hart. Yep, 34,665 yards, top 30 all time. Thank you, Brittany, for that. Masters. Bob Greasy with the Dolphins. Bob Greasy. Did he hit the top 40? Nope, he did not. Jared Goff, I don't think he's made it yet. Not yet. Not in the top 40 all time. Carson Palmer. Did Carson Palmer make it all time 40? Yes, 46,247 yards from 2004 till 2017. He's a top 15 player in yardage. Andrew Luck, no. Jim Everett. Yes, Jim Everett, 34,837, top 30. Dan Fouts. Yes, 43,000. with the Chargers from 73 to 87, top 20 all time. Noah, let's say no. Tony Romo with the Cowboys. Tony Romo, yes, 34,184 yards, top 25, 30 or so. Joe Flacco, yes, Joe Flacco, 38,245, still playing. I might move up another 7 or 8 spots from here. You never know. Let's see. Where am I? Andrew, Archie Manning. Archie Manning, the dad. Not in the top 40 all time. Kenny Stabler, the snake, for the Raiders. Nope, never did make the top 40. Anderson, the quarterback, Kenny Anderson, yep, 32,838, 39th all time. Randall Cunningham, yes, I thought so. Wait a minute, or no, wait, no. Randall Cunningham, not in the top 40. I thought I saw his name here, but it's not. Nathaniel Peterman. Bart Starr from the Packers. Bart Starr, no, don't have him. Let me give you the rest of them. I've got Matt Ryan, I believe Atlanta. He's number 12. Vinny Testaverde, number 15. Drew Bledsoe, 16th. Kerry Collins, about number 20. Matthew Stafford, Detroit, still playing, about 25. Dave Krieg for the Seattle Seahawks, about 30th. Donovan McNabb, 35th. Matt Hasselbeck, 36th. Jay Cutler in the top 35. Steve DeBerg, John Handel, Y.A. Tittle from 1948 to 1964. This guy was something for the Bears. And Kurt Warner for the St. Louis Rams makes number 40. Those are your quarterbacks, all-time passing leaders in yardage over the NFL years. How about that? All right, let's move on and see what we can do on the next one. See if we interest a bunch of you with this one. Can you name the countries of the world where you can find the following in all of the countries? Hang on a second. Let's see if I get that. Here we go. Countries of the world that have a McDonald's and have Wendy's and have Burger King. What countries of the world have all three in the country? At least one for all three. What countries in the world have a McDonald's, a Burger King, and a Wendy's outlet? Let's go. Here we go. Brittany, Noah, Mike, the United States of America. Absolutely. North America is definitely one of the countries. BC is thinking Canada. Absolutely. Here in Canada, we got all three of those guys. You betcha. Kelly Harris is thinking Japan. In Asia. Japan, yes, Asia does have all three restaurants. Paul Wilgus is thinking the United Kingdom, the UK in Europe. No, the UK does not have all three. I think they have Burger King. I think they got McDonald's, but I don't think they have Wendy's. I think that's the one they're missing. But two of the three, I think, is what they got. All right, let's see who else have we got here. Daniel McRae. What about China, Bruce? China. Are they all three in China? Nope, only two of the three, apparently. Let's go. McShitty Pilot, welcome, buddy. Can only give me one answer at a time. USA, we got. Denks is thinking India. Yep, India has all three restaurants. Mike Bush thinking France. Nope, not France. Brittany, Mexico, Bruce. Mexico. Yep, all three franchises are in Mexico. Argentina. Denks is wondering about Argentina. Yep, Argentina has all three franchises. France, no. Turkey. Brittany Lockwood is wondering about Turkey. No, the country of Turkey does not have all three. Antigua. Antigua is being guessed. The answer is no. Antigua does not have all three of these restaurants. We need a McDonald's, Wendy's, and Burger King in all of these countries. Are they in these three? All three in these countries. The Bahamas. Yes. North America. Yep. The Bahamas has all three franchises. Brittany, the United Arab Emirates. Yep. UAE. Absolutely. Greenland doesn't count. Germany. Nope. Germany does not have Wendy's. Australia has been guessed. No. Australia does not have one of the three, believe it or not. Mexico, we've done. India, we've done. China, we've tried. South America, that's a continent. I need countries. Iceland. Iceland does not have all three available. Brazil. Yep, you can get all three in Brazil. McDonald's, Wendy's, and Burger King in Brazil. Ireland. Ireland is not, they don't have all three. Australia, no. Spain, no. Brazil, yes. Mexico, we've done. Cape Verde, nope. Jamaica, and I'm not sure about Jamaica. Let's see here. Nope, not Jamaica. Sorry. Greece, Greece, nope, not Greece. New Zealand, yes. Believe it or not, New Zealand, you can get all three: Wendy's, Burger King, but not in Australia. It must be Wendy's in New Zealand, but not in Australia. I'm surprised at that one. What can I say? Good day. Thanks. You take care. Bob Fan, Italy. Nope. Italy is not one of them. Israel. Nope, not Israel. Chile in South America. Yes, you can find all three in Chile. España. Nope. Costa Rica. Costa Rica. Nope. Can't find all three in Costa Rica. Egypt. What about in Egypt, Bruce? Nope. Peru. South America? No, not in Peru. India, Cuba? No. I'm looking for some Asian countries, and I'm looking for North American countries, and 2 in South America. That's it. No European countries have all 3, by the by. Panama, another guess for North America. Yep, you can get all 3 in Panama. Colombia, South America? No. South Africa in Africa? No, there are no African countries. Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic, yes. All 3 are in the Dominican Republic. Puerto Rico is the USA. Uruguay. Uruguay, no. Venezuela, believe it or not, yes. Even in these hard economic times, you could find all 3 restaurants in Venezuela. Malaysia, no can do. Yes, sorry, Malaysia is good for Asia. Thank you. Singapore, no, you can't find all 3 in Singapore. That's surprising to me. Philippines, yes, you can find all 3 franchises in the Philippines. Thailand, no, you can't find them in Thailand. Honduras, yes, all 3 are in Honduras. Chile, nope, we've done already. Trinidad and Tobago, yes, you can find all 3 in Trinidad and Tobago. I need 1 more South American country. The rest are North America. Bermuda, nope, that's UK. Can't find them there either. Panama, we did. Taiwan, no, can't find all 3 in Taiwan. Nicaragua, no, can't find them in Nicaragua either. And I'm running out of guesses. I need 2 in Asia. 1 would consider Middle East country where a lot of expats work in the oil business. 1 of those countries. 1, 2 in North America, 1 in South America. Here we go. Nicaragua, Argentina, we've tried. Suriname, no. In South America, it's Ecuador. It's the last one I needed there. Hong Kong, no can do, not a country. Belize, no. I need 2 in North America. In Central America, I need 2 right next to Belize. Yemen, Saudi Arabia, nope. Keep trying the Middle East. It's not Saudi Arabia. It's Kuwait. Thank you. It's Kuwait. There's only 1 country left in Asia. It's in Asia. It's the highest populated Muslim country in the world, located in Asia. What is the name of that country? Starts with the letter I. El Salvador, yes, that is one of them. Thank you, McSheedy. Russia or Qatar? No. Guatemala is the other North American country. The last country I'm looking for is in Asia, the highest population country of Muslims, 700 million people. And McSheedy Pilot has it. So does Linda Liu. Indonesia. That's the last one. Those are the countries that have all 3 franchises in them. Very few, only 23 countries have all 3 of these huge U.S. factories, food factories in them, franchises. Interesting. All right. Here's the next quiz for you. Can you name the cities in the United States that have the most days of rainfall? What cities in the USA have the most days of rainfall or precipitation? It can be snow or rain, combined snow or rain, precipitation. All right. Most precipitation days, cities that are metropolitan cities of 1 million or more people. All right. 1 million or more people is the qualification. Mike Bush, JC, Bob Fan, McSheedy Pilot, Linda Liu, Troy H, Debbie Manuel, Masters Game. You're all wrong. No, you're all right. It's all correct. Seattle, Tacoma, Bellevue, Washington, 107 days on average of precipitation in that city, in that area. Mike Bush is thinking, along with Jim Sullins, Portland, Oregon, correct. Number 2 city in the USA. Portland, Vancouver, Hillsborough all make up 104 average days of precipitation. Number 2 in the USA. The 2 wettest cities in the USA of 1 million or more people in the metro area. I know there are towns and cities all around Portland, all around Seattle that are just as wet, but they don't have 1 million or more people. That's why we've stipulated 1 million or more population. Thank you. JC is thinking Denver in Colorado with all that snow and precipitation. Maybe Denver would be part of the list here. It is not in the top 20. Not Denver. Syracuse, New York. I don't think Syracuse is going to make it. Not big enough as a town to make it. I need bigger cities. Qatar, no. Buffalo, Bob Fan. Buffalo, Niagara Falls has over 1 million people combined. 85 days of precipitation. The 4th wettest city in America. Buffalo, New York. Who would have thought that? I didn't think that, but all the snow they get in the winter, I can see. Syracuse, San Francisco. Mike Bush is thinking San Francisco. San Francisco is not in the top 20. It's much too dry most of the time in San Francisco. Isn't that something? Louisiana, just a nice state, but it's not a city. Joseph, Florida, nice state, not a city. Norman Townsend, Oregon, nice state, but I'm looking for cities, people. Cities of 1 million or more. Joseph is giving me Alabama. I need cities, not states. Paul Wilgus, Tampa, Florida, Bruce. Tampa in Florida. Would that one work for you? It will not work for me. It is not in the top 20. Unbelievable with all the lightning they get. San Diego, Roberta Phillips, San Diego in California. San Diego, quite dry in San Diego. Nope, they don't get that much rain. Not in the top 20. Anyway, New York City, Masters game. New York City, Bruce. The Big Apple, are they getting enough rain? They do. 17th place. New York, Northern New Jersey, Long Island, Newark, that whole area, 76.5 days of precipitation between rain and snow to make it in the 17th highest precipitation city in the United States. Mike Bush, Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta in Georgia. Yes, 14th wettest city. Atlanta, Sandy Springs, Marietta, Georgia, 78 days a year. They definitely made it. Bob Fan Chai, are you thinking Chicago? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Chicago? Chicago, not in the top 20 with all the snow they get. Nope. Miami, Mike Bush is thinking Miami, Bruce. Miami's got to be in the top 20. They are in the top 20. Miami, 13th highest precipitation in the United States. Fort Lauderdale, Pompano Beach, Florida, 78 days of precipitation a year for that city. Portland, Maine, we don't have 1 million people or more in Portland, Maine. Chicago didn't make it. Kauai is off the list. That's right. Debbie, take Hawaii off the list. Orlando, Florida. Orlando does not make the list for wettest city. Buffalo, New York, we've done it. Tampa, we tried. Albany, New York, question mark. Albany, not part of a conglomerate to make 1 million people, so not working. Anchorage, Alaska. Anchorage, not 1 million people, unfortunately. New Orleans. Let's look for New Orleans. Yes. Metairie and Kenner, Louisiana, New Orleans, all together, 18th wettest city, 76 days a year. Miami, we tried. Tacoma, Washington. I think Tacoma on its own is not large enough to make 1 million people. Seattle, we did. New Orleans, we did. Miami, we did. Indianapolis for precipitation. Nope, not Indianapolis. Anchorage, so Birmingham, Alabama. I don't think Birmingham is 1 million. Wait a minute. They do. Birmingham and Hoover, Alabama come in at number 12, 78.3 days of precipitation. Birmingham, Alabama is big enough. Thank you. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Baton Rouge, I don't think is enough people. I'm pretty certain of that one. Maybe that's why I don't see it. Orlando, we tried. New York, we got. Galveston, Texas, doesn't have 1 million. Grand Rapids, Michigan, doesn't have 1 million. Minneapolis has 1 million, but Minneapolis doesn't have enough rain. Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas is not on the list. Boston, Massachusetts, Boston, Cambridge, Quincy, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, 81 days of precipitation. Number 5, wettest city in America. Debbie Manuel, St. Paul, Minnesota. Well, if it wasn't Minneapolis, would it be St. Paul? No, can't do that one. Thibodaux, sorry, Brittany. Troy, Dallas, Texas, Bruce. Dallas, Texas is not in the top 20 for precipitation. Philadelphia, Norman Townsend, Philadelphia, PA, buddy, Philadelphia. Yes, sir. Philadelphia, Camden, Wilmington in New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, all of it combined, 15th wettest area in America, 76.6 days of precipitation. The Philadelphia area, absolutely, Norman, you got it. Hammond, Louisiana, no. Omaha, Nebraska. Brittany is wondering about Omaha, no can do. Providence, Rhode Island, yes, Providence. New Bedford, Fall River, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, 80.8 days of precipitation, number 7 wettest area in America. Providence, New Bedford, well done. Nashville, Tennessee. Yes, Nashville, Davidson, Murfreesboro, Franklin, Tennessee, all of them combined, 78.7 days of precipitation, number 10 in America. Honolulu, not showing, I don't think has 1 million. Boston, we did. Cleveland, Ohio, yes, Cleveland, Elyria, Mentor, Ohio, 92 days of precipitation, number 3 wettest region in America. Number 1, Seattle. Number 2, Portland. Number 3, Cleveland. Number 4, Buffalo. Number 5, Boston. Those are the 5 wettest areas in America. Bob Fan is thinking Pittsburgh. Yes, sir. Number 8, wettest city, 80.8 days of precipitation, 8th in America. Washington metro area. Washington, D.C. metro area. Not showing it on its own. It is near Philly, but didn't get counted as Philadelphia, and it didn't make it on its own. Sorry to say. Moving on from there. Who's next? Baltimore, Maryland. Yes, 20th place. Baltimore and Towson, Maryland, 75 days of precipitation. Charleston, South Carolina. Charleston does not make the list. Boston, Memphis. Memphis did not make it. Puerto Rico did not make it. Mobile, Alabama did not make it. Buffalo, we did. New York, we did. Cincinnati, yes. Cincinnati, Middletown, Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, 81 days of precipitation. 6th wettest in America. Sacramento, no. Houston, Milwaukee, no, and no. Not Milwaukee. I'm looking for a city in Connecticut. I'm looking for another city in New York State. I'm looking for a city in Ohio. And I'm looking for a city in Kentucky. Those are the states that I'm looking for. And pardon me one moment. I need my plug-in for my phone. It's about to die. And if it dies, I don't see your answers. And if I don't see your answers, you're never going to get this right. Let me plug in my telephone. Yes, indeed. Let's see here. Yes, we've got Hartford, Connecticut coming in. Exactly. Hartford is the 9th wettest area. Hartford, West Hartford, East Hartford, Connecticut, 80 days, 9th wettest. We've got Milwaukee coming in here. We've got New Haven, Connecticut, Toledo, Ohio, Louisville, Kentucky is number 19, 75 days of precipitation. Danbury, Connecticut, no, it was Hartford. Detroit, no. Clayton, New York, no. Columbus, yes. Columbus, Ohio, 16th wettest city, 76 days of precipitation. Providence and Dayton. I need one city in New York. It's not Albany. It's not Buffalo. It's not New York. It's not Syracuse. What is the city in New York? Combined metropolitan area of 1 million people. If you combine it all, surprised me when I saw the name of this city that they actually had 1 million or more in their metropolitan area. I know that this city's corporate limits about 375,000 people, but around this city, 1 million or more people. Starts with the letter R in New York. The 11th wettest city in America. with 78.6 days. And I'm waiting for it. Linda Lou's thinking Richmond, Virginia. I'm looking for an R city in New York State. Bob Fan, you got it. It's Rochester, New York. Rochester, the 11th wettest city in America. Let me read off to you. That was, by the way, that was the last one. This is the list of the wettest 20 cities in the USA with 1 million or more people in the metropolitan region. It would be Seattle, Tacoma, Bellevue, number 1. Portland, Vancouver, Hillsboro, Oregon, Washington, number 2. Cleveland, Ohio, Elyria, and Mentor. Buffalo with Niagara Falls, number 4. Boston, Cambridge, Quincy, number 5. Cincinnati, Middletown, number 6. Providence, New Bedford, Fall River, number 7. Pittsburgh, number 8. Hartford, West Hartford, Hartford, East Hartford, number 9. Nashville, Davidson, Murfreesboro, Franklin, Tennessee, number 10. Rochester, New York, number 11. Birmingham, Hoover, Alabama, number 12. Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Pompano Beach, Florida, number 13. Atlanta, Sandy Springs, Marietta, Georgia, number 14. Number 15 is Philadelphia, Camden, Wilmington. Number 16, Columbus, Ohio. Number 17, New York, Northern New Jersey, Long Island, New York. Number 18, New Orleans, Metairie, and Kenner. And number 19 is Louisville, Kentucky. Number 20, Baltimore, Towson, Maryland. There you go. Those are your top 20 wettest cities in America. Unbelievable. I have one quiz left. I don't know how well you're going to do on it. I will give it a shot for you. If you don't like it, you can let me know, but hopefully you'll do all right on it. I am looking for an actress. I am looking for Kate Blanchett. Can you tell me the names of the movies that Kate Blanchett has been in, starred in most likely, but been in, certainly been in. Kate Blanchett movies. Any idea of her movies? 54 movies for Kate Blanchett. Give me your best shot, and we'll see what you can do. Starting in 1994 up until 2019, Kate Blanchett has been busy. Linda Lou goes, movies, ugh. Susan R. is thinking she was in Titanic. No, she was not in Titanic. No, I can't answer that question, said Debbie Emanuel. McShiggity, who's Kate Blanchett? Ron Sablehouse going on Celebrity Infinity in March. JC, The Aviator. Yes, she was in The Aviator with that guy, DiCaprio, I believe, 2004. She played the part of Katharine Hepburn. Susan R., I think she was in a movie called Elizabeth. I'm looking for a movie called Elizabeth. I don't see it, but if it pops up here, I'll let you know. Drawing a blank. Ocean's 8. Yes, she was in Ocean's 8 just last year, 2018. I don't know her, said Linda Lou. Monuments Men, JC saying. She was in Monuments Men. That was with George Clooney and Bill Murray and a number of other actors, wasn't it? Monuments Men in 2014. Yes, she did play in that movie. The House with the Clocks in Its Walls, says Joseph. The House with the Clocks in Its Walls. What was the name of that movie? I have no idea. I cannot tell you. She was in some pretty big movies, though, like big blockbuster movies. Going on the Magic of November, excited. How to Train Your Dragon. Joseph says, How to Train Your Dragon. She was in that movie. How to Train Your Dragon. Yes, she was in both of them. How to Train It number 2. And she was also in the number 1 movie of How to Train Your Dragon. She was also in How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World. She was doing voiceovers, by the way, if anyone's curious. So it looks like there was a couple of them here. Very interesting. Let's see. Someone commented on my comment on your blog from earlier today, said Mermaid Sea. I don't know what that means, but I'll look for that. Let's see. She is an amazing actress. She's super duper talented. Debbie, oh, I remember her, Lord of the Rings. Yes, Debbie Emanuel, you just nailed one. Lord of the Rings. She was in the Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring in 2001. She was in Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers in 2002. The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King in 2003. Okay, and then Brittany Lockwood says no clue. And then Debbie Manuel says that Hobbit thing. That Hobbit, yes. She was in the movie The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, 2012. The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, 2013. The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, 2014. She's been in a bunch of these movies. I'm telling you, these are big, big movies. Let's see. Sorry, where am I now? Linda Lou saying good night. Thank you, Linda Lou, for being here. Benjamin Button, Susan R. says, she was in a movie called Benjamin Button. And I will take a quick peek for that one too. Benjamin Button. Benjamin Button. Can't find. Here it is. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, 2008. Thank you. The comment you said "oops" on is what someone's telling me here. Thank you, Mermaid. See, Joseph, Manifesto. She was in something called Manifesto. Yep. 2015, she wasn't. Jonathan Jones says, I have no idea. Hi, Jonathan. How you doing, buddy? Joseph, Carol. Was there a movie called Carol? Yeah, 2015. Carol, thank you. Cinderella. Apparently, she was in Cinderella. Yeah, 2015. She was a stepmother. Debbie Manuel. Score! Joseph, just naming movies. Way to go. Good night, Linda Lou. Mr. Talented Mr. Ripley. I think you're right. 1999 with Ben, no, not Ben Affleck. No. But with, the guy who does, the guy who does those action movies. As if I'm some help. I'm so good, aren't I? Don't I help you guys a lot? Who is he? Who's that actor? Who was the Jason Bourne? Guy who plays Jason Bourne was in that movie. Talented Mr. Ripley. Okay. Moving on. I think everyone stopped dead in their tracks. They're all going, Bruce, this is too hard. You're killing us with this stuff. Elizabeth, I just found Elizabeth. Somebody said Elizabeth, the Golden Age. Thank you. She was also Indiana Jones in the Kingdom of the Skull, the Crystal Skull. And she was in Robin Hood in 2010, Hannah 2011, Blue Jasmine 2013, The Turning 2013, Knight of Cups 2015, Truth 2015, Song to Song 2017, Thor Ragnarok 2017, The House with a Clock in Its Walls. Jonathan, you got it, buddy. There you are. Way to go, buddy. Joseph, you did it. Way to go. The House with the Clock in Its Walls. Legend of the Jungle. Where'd You Go, Bernadette? Oh my gosh. Way to go, Bob. You got that one too. Matt Damon, thank you, Masters Game. Matt Damon, thank you, Debbie. You guys are helping me give you clues. Is that pathetic? Here are the other movies. 1994, Police Rescue. Never heard of it. 1996, Parklands. 1997, Paradise Road. 97, Thank God He Met Lizzie. Oscar and Lucinda, 1997. Elizabeth, 1998. There's the other one. Bangers, 1999. An Ideal Husband, 1999. Pushing Tin, 1999. The Man Who Cried in 2000. The Gift in 2000. Bandits, 2001. Charlotte Gray, 2001. The Shipping News, 2001. Heaven, 2002. Veronica Guerin, 2003. Coffee and Cigarettes, 2003. The Missing, 2003. The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, 2004. Little Fish, 2005. Babel, 2006. The Good German, 2006. Notes on a Scandal, 2006. I'm Not There, 2007. Ponyo, 2008. That's a lot of work for this actress. I have to admit, I really have not seen more than a few of these. To be honest, I have a lot of work to do, don't I? There you go. That is trivia for today. And that is our show for today. And thank you, everybody, for being here today. Thank you for joining me, for being here, playing trivia, and giving me your comments on all of your thoughts and hanging around. I appreciate it. Thank you for the thumbs up. If you threw any my way, thank you for that. And I'll see you all next Monday at 8 o'clock. Those of you who are my sponsor members, thank you for being sponsor members. I'll see you at 7 o'clock next Monday. Keep an eye on my channel. You never know when I drop another video at any moment, and when I drop a live show at any time, you never know. So keep an eye on my channel. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and being loyal followers of this channel. Thank you, everybody. All right, there it is. Debbie Manuel says, if I don't see you on a surprise show, I'll see you next Monday. Thank you, guys. Joseph, thank you. It's been so much fun. Looking forward to your next video. Thank you, Joseph. You take care. Thank you for all your guesses. Love it. Love your live stream, says Bob Fan. Masters Game, good night. TWB family. Ed Tolson, good night. And thanks. I just booked all my excursions and adventures. Susan R., crazy amount of movies. Thanks, Bruce. Jonathan Jones, how do I become a sponsor member? Jonathan Jones, go here. I'll show you right now. Go to this link right here. Copy that link right there if you can. The last line and a half there. That will take you to, I hope, the link that you can then subscribe to, become a sponsor member. Otherwise, go to my Facebook group page, Traveling with Bruce, spelled with 2 L's. It's the top pinned thing to become a member of the sponsor member. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here and joining me. Finish off with my goodbyes. Any more here? Yes, they're coming through here. Good night. Troy H is saying, a great question, Jonathan. Debbie Mantle saying, thank you, Debbie. Debbie is a member. Thank you, guys. All right, that's it. I'm out of here. I'm gone. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm losing my voice. Have a great night, everybody. Stay warm, stay safe, stay healthy, stay cool if it's really hot where you are. We'll see you next Monday or sooner. And take care, everybody. Bye for now. Here we go. See ya.